Hi, my name is Kenneth Berger and I handle workers' compensation cases throughout the Grand Strand area and in fact across South Carolina. So workers' comp can be a pretty confusing system, especially if you haven't dealt with it before. The big thing to know is that workers' comp is supposed to cover all your medical expenses related to your work injury and also your lost wages. That's the law, okay? Unfortunately, and if you're watching this video, you probably already know this, that insurance companies don't always uphold their end of the bargain. You may have heard, well, this accident might have been your fault. What they don't tell you is South Carolina is a no-fault state, so if you got hurt at work, regardless of whose fault it was, you can still bring a workers' compensation claim, all right? Another thing to realize is that if you're dealing with an insurance company that is either refusing to get you the medical care that you need, is refusing to get you to the right doctors in a timely fashion, if they're not getting you your weekly checks that you're supposed to be receiving if you're out of work, if they're not getting you those checks on time, or if they're not discussing with you the fact that you're supposed to get a settlement on top of that at the end of the case, then they might not be upholding their end of the bargain. Likewise, you may have an employer who's saying, look, we don't need to file this with workers' comp. We'll cover your medical bills. We'll make sure you get taken care of. In some instances, that can work, but if you've got injuries that are truly threatening your ability to work or to go back to work anytime soon, our experience has shown that your employer oftentimes will at some point say, we're not going to cover those medical bills anymore. We're tired of paying you for the time you're out of work. Bottom line, if you've been knocked out of work, if you've got an injury that again is threatening your ability to make a living today and into the future, I would strongly encourage you to, at a minimum, speak with a lawyer. Workers' comp is supposed to cover your medical needs, past, present, and future relating to your injury. You're supposed to be provided with checks during the time you're out of work, and at the end of your case, you're supposed to be provided with a settlement that accounts for, again, any type of permanent impairment or disability. These aren't always things that insurance companies and employers tell workers in Myrtle Beach, but they're things that you should know. If you have any additional questions about the workers' comp system in South Carolina, reach out and let us know how we can help. You can contact us right here on the website through the live chat or contact form. You can also pick up the phone and call us. Know that we're here to answer your questions, to give you a little bit of peace of mind, and to let you know that you are not alone when it comes to the workers' comp system.